And we are back with another installment of That Flyness, live and direct with the 4-5 in the tech. Yo partner player, Lush Uno, Lush World. This is the first installment of our interview series. We used to do everything live. Now we're doing concentrated original content via interviews as well. And it's only right that we're setting it off on a high note. We got the East Side's finest, you feel me? K-Boy in the flesh. Eastside K-Boy, what's happening with you?
What's happening, Lush? What's good, man?
Good to see you. First of all, shouts to our sponsors, Royalty Honey USA. Go to royaltyhoneyyusa.com. Get you some of that #1 sexual enhancement product on the market. All natural, you feel me? Go to royaltyhoneyyusa.com. Discount code Lush Uno. That's one word, all caps. LUSHUNO, but it's no cap. This really works. It'll make you light as a feather, stiff as a board, knocking it down like never before. And for y'all ladies, it works for y'all too. It'll turn your pool into
an oasis.
Yeah, you already know. Are you familiar with the honey packs?
Nah. Well, the regular honey packs?
Yeah. This is the best one on the market. I'm going to shoot you some. I want to know. Report back. Report your findings back.
Yeah. I got you.
Them things are vicious.
Okay.
In the best way possible.
All right.
Eastside K-Boy. Born and raised in the City of Angels.
Yes.
On the east side, I presume.
Yes.
What neighborhood did you grow up in?
I come from a part of the town we call it the low bottom east side.
Okay.
Yeah.
From the low bottoms.
Yeah.
And all that. Like, what was the early days of K-Boy like?
Trying to figure yourself out. Growing up in the hood, being gang orientated. You know what I mean? Being from a neighborhood over there, you're just trying to figure out yourself, trying to come into yourself as a young black man from the inner city. So it was cool in the beginning. You have fun in the beginning. It's fun until real life start happening and shit start happening. Until you really gotta get cracking.
Was the transition basically before? Were you already affiliated before you knew what it was, just because of where you grew up at? Were you already like?
No, facts. When you got your family already from it, until you indulge yourself, I was already familiar with it, but you want to make your own name, that's when I pursued it myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's generational. You knew what it was.
Yeah, my brother was from my older cousins.
You knew about the culture, and
of course, yeah, it was right there in my face.
Mm-hmm. And at what age did you really become cognizant of the association of violence with that lifestyle?
Early, like 13.
Okay, and so was it like a situation where you're in elementary school, you're kicking it with a bunch of kids, and then at a certain point, you realize, I can't rock with some of y'all anymore. Y'all are low-key the ops now. You're not from my section, and then that whole dynamic starts to shift?
Now, it's funny. People get up here and they say stuff like that. I'm different. I run my own program. If I fuck with you, if I fuck with Lush before you become the so-called op, or you from the other side of the tracks, then if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. Mm-hmm. We just chose different paths, that's all. Mm-hmm. So I feel like you got to be a stand-up person. Everybody want to say they a real nigga. I don't think that's real, that, I'm not going to fuck with Lush no more because he decided to be from this different neighborhood. But we was already friends, or we was already, rocking with each other. Mm-hmm. Nah, so for me, if you went to the other side, it's cool. It's just I can't fuck with your hood, but I fuck with you.
Right.
And I would hope it would be vice versa. I mean, that's just common sense.
Did you having that moral compass and that understanding of your code as a man, was that ever in conflict with your code as a gang member?
Nah, not mine. My homies respect me, and they respect what I stand for. So, other people is different. You just gotta stand, like how you say, you gotta stand on your own ethics. Yeah. And people gonna respect it. Either they respect it or shit, you gonna have to check it.
I feel like not everybody could get away with doing that, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's not about me being super tough or anything. It's just I really stand on what I believe, and I thrive on respect. Mm-hmm. So if I deal with you prior, I feel like I'm going to deal with you after. I mean, I think it's just, the code of ethic, me, personally.
Now, not to get too far into left field, but I feel like this is an interesting topic, and I really feel like it's very revealing about different people's characters. So it's interesting to hear you say that. It's admirable to hear your responses. Now, here's somewhat of a hypothetical situation. Like, you're with the homies, you run into someone else that's your homie, but he's on the other side. Y'all happen to be at war at that time. What do you do? Your homies want to bust a move on him.
Oh, it's happened before. I always, you gotta be strong enough to be like, not him. And you gotta be respectable too.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's not being about the hardest gangbanger or the hardest dude out the bunch. It's about being respected. So I done seen a lot of people where I'm probably with my homies and I'll be like, nah, not here and not that one. Because that certain individual I deal with. But the funny thing is everybody deals with somebody from the so-called ops. Everybody has friends or even fucking relatives from the so-called opposition. So it's really how you carry yourself. And I just carry myself like, look, we not finna do this here. That's my boy. I get it. But this not the time and this nor the place. If you in the field, I feel like you should keep everything on the battlefield.
Right.
If you're in the field. Like if we in a setting like this and I have my homies with me and somebody walk in, it's not the time or the place, bro.
100.
But I understand niggas these days try to go viral and it's the days of the internet. But me, we not about to do that here. Because we not finna wait till we get in position to be weird.
Right.
I feel like a lot of people do that. You get into the position where you got the opportunity to change your life, your livelihood, and your families. Now you want to act tough and act bad, and you want to try to take advantage of, oh, you probably could send the goons or do that. Like, nah, you should have did that in the field. I don't do that, bro. I'm different.
And that's especially prevalent, like you were saying, about people having relatives and things like that from the other side, especially over there where you're from on the east side, and when you go even further, like to Watts, like it's such a small concentrated area.
Yeah, and especially mine.
Yeah, you're from a concentrated area too.
Yeah.
Like
a lot of people are family orientated.
Yeah,
like for real. So that's why sometimes the beefs be crazy.
Yeah, you might. Yeah, you literally have beef with your own family members and shit like that.
Facts.
And, it gets spunky at a certain point.
Yeah.
So did you wind up getting in trouble at an early age?
Yeah, well, you know what? I learned early that jail wasn't for me. I went to the halls. I went to Los Padrinos, East Lake, Silmar. I think I went to all three of them, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know what they calling it now, but yeah. Went a couple of times, county, but not too much. But jail not for me, bro. I like to live life. I don't really deal with that type of authority. You know what I mean? People that been in jail a lot, they always tell me like, yeah, it ain't for you, bro. You might turn in, nigga, 60 days to fucking 6 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got an attitude problem. Like, I should have been from NWA. Yeah. If I'm there to do my time, I already know what this come with. I don't want nobody asking me where I'm from, but I know it comes with it. Like, I get irritated real easy. So, like, when it comes to that aspect of being who I am on the street side, like, don't ask me where I'm from. Don't be in my face, because I'm here to do time and I don't even want to be here.
Yeah.
With thousands of men.
Right.
I don't understand how dudes could do it, but I get it, man. You know, you do the crime, you got to do the time. But I learned at an early age that it's not for me. I can't fuck with it.
Yeah. And, I mean, you're not, I'm 41 years old. You're not as old as I am. But you are older than,
I'm in my 30s.
Yeah, you're older than this generation that's out there now. And right now, there's a lot of people say that gangbanging is very watered down.
It's been watered down since I probably was in my early 20s.
Yeah. But now it's significantly more so, would you say?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And, you know, one of the primary things that people point to when they discuss that is the element of cooperation with law enforcement and the blurred lines, because, you know, you're from the tail end of the generation where there's like no talking to police whatsoever, no snitching. I don't care if it's on your ops, no matter what.
No, we don't condone any of that. You do not cooperate with law enforcement.
Nowadays,
exercise your amendment.
Nowadays, people are a lot looser in that regard. And they're also, you know, you have people that are literally using the police, like weaponizing the police almost, like snitching on their enemies and all kinds of shit like that.
You know what it has to do with? This generation is lost. There's no structure. It haven't been structured in a long time, but I'm gonna blame myself as well because I'm a little older and the people before me, they're not being taught these certain things. I know people be like, man, that's common sense. Like, no, it's not common sense if you've never been in trouble. Like, it gets real funky when you gotta be like, damn, I'm in the interrogation room, what to do? But you gotta just keep silent. But a lot of these dudes never been in that situation or they wasn't even prepped. If you're in this situation, this is what you gotta do. You got to exercise your right, and that's not to say anything. So don't say anything. Wait till your lawyer present and handle it that way. Because a lot of people can incriminate themselves, but this day and this generation incriminate themselves anyway because everything is social media. So niggas will walk down the street, go on live. Everybody got a pistol on them. They showing it. Everybody knows different landmarks, so your enemies can come pull up on you and get you while you're on live, because we done seen that happen. Or the police will come get you and you get indicted for having all these guns. Look what just happened to Boosie. Like, certain things shouldn't be recorded. So it's like, he's still going through certain shit. So why would y'all record that?
Right.
But everybody, bro, they still watching. The hip-hop police is very, very real, and they need to understand that musically. And then just on the streets, they're watching. It's so easy now. They don't have to do anything. There's no... All they got to do is sit in the office. I don't even think they should be in the field no more. The police got to just sit in the office, just be like, all right, let's go to everybody's Facebook and Instagram. We're going to catch them. We're going to find out something. They're going to do something ignorant or stupid that they're going to tell on themselves.
It could be AI essentially at this point. Like,
man, and that's scary too.
It really is. I think that, a lot of people when they get blurbed and they're under investigation and they go to the interrogation room, it's not necessarily off rip their intention to get that bag of McDonald's, you know what I mean? But I think that a lot of them think that they can outsmart the cops or out-finesse these people that have been doing it for years and are way more inclined to know how to read body language.
They are psychologically trained.
Right.
To make you tell on yourself.
Yeah.
Or make you admit to some shit that you didn't even have nothing to do with as well.
Right.
So that's why it's best for you to just keep quiet. All y'all looking at this, just keep quiet. Because then you don't want to deal with trying to, defend yourself. Like, damn, I didn't say it like this. I said it like that. Well, I didn't say we was there. I just said I was present. And it's like, you putting yourself there or you putting your homie there. Just be quiet. It's the easiest thing you do. Be quiet. You know what I mean? Let your lawyer represent you, man, and do it like that. I mean, that's what they're there for.
Message, you're not going to be able to... That's so much game right there. You feel me? You definitely add in a crease to people's craniums. Because it's so many people think that they can be like, oh, well, I just want to find out what they know. I'm going to talk to them for a little bit. Like
9 times out of 10, they know anything. They do not know anything at all.
Or else they wouldn't need to talk to you.
Exactly. If they knew everything, they might as well just arrest you for that crime, charge you, book you, and you out of here.
Yeah.
That's not it.
Yeah.
They trying to get something out of you. Once you understand that part of the law, they trying to get me to incriminate myself or incriminate others. Once you get that, silence.
So basically, if you're getting involved in the street life, which isn't advisable, by the way.
Nah.
But if that's what you're going to do, realize at some point you are going to have to
You're going to run into law enforcement.
You're going to sit in a little cell for a few days, and that's it. So don't be in a hurry to get the fuck up out of there. Get comfortable. Learn how to make a spread. Hit your workout routine, you feel me?
Be a thinker, be smart. You know what I mean? Think before. I was a thinker.
There you go. Whatever you got to do, you feel me? Get your program cracking, and then get the fuck out of there. But don't try to get out of there quicker by running game, because it ain't gonna work.
It's not gonna work at all.
And if you don't wind up getting fucked, one of your peoples will. So I don't know. So being an artist, how and being from LA, being from a reputed section and all that, what's the relationship between the streets and hip hop seem to be like?
That shit intertwined.
It's very ambiguous at this point.
Yeah, it's intertwined. I mean, if you know how to maneuver through the streets, you should know how to maneuver through this cutthroat industry. Mm-hmm. This industry is cutthroat. But being from LA, it's like music is universal, right? It's a universal language for all walks of life, ethnicities. You know what I mean? It don't matter. Music bring you together. Music and sports, right? Bring everybody that don't know each other together, especially if you have a common like for a certain song or a certain team or a person that play. So for me, it's music. So with the gang culture in LA, it hinders us a little bit, but it also opened up our homies' eyes when we do certain records with certain individuals that we might not have even spoke to in the streets. So it's like, you know, everything is pros and cons. The pros of it is, it's like, okay, we doing music together. Our homies finally opened up to be like, okay, these dudes is not that bad. Okay, they cool. And just because they fuck with individuals don't mean they fuck with the whole gang. And I have to tell people that because everybody feel like, dang, bro, how you get to go everywhere? I'm like, well, it's just the way I maneuver. You know what I mean? I walk with a level of respect and integrity when I'm out here in the streets. So that's why I get to go where I want to go. Back to what I said earlier, it's not being super crip or being super tough. It's just you got to just learn how to move. And I mastered that, just like being at the Juneteenth thing yesterday at Leimert Port.
So you were there for that?
Yeah, I was there.
So what? I'm hearing so many different stories. What the fuck happened, bro?
Bro, I can't even tell you. You know, black people, we got this real bad. Once one person run, everybody runs.
Yeah.
So I honestly didn't hear any shots. You know what I mean? I mean, I seen the news. I guess it was, but
people are saying just a stand fell over and it made noise.
It made the noise, yeah, and everybody ran. I mean, that's natural. You know what I mean? Yeah. Especially being, you know, it's a great area. It's great culturally vibes over there, but you know, it's still a hood. So when you hear that, you know, everybody got them running. But just being amongst a lot of different neighborhoods over there that came to the event and everybody mingling, I think that was a big deal. That was good. And I probably went off subject. But
no. I mean, but I was just curious. You brought up the Juneteenth thing.
Yeah. But the main thing was being from LA and all that, like, and being an artist. It's pros and cons. The cons is you can't really deal with everybody you would like to,
right? Because
of the street politics,
right?
And the things you might have to deal with your own neighborhood by dealing with a certain individual or doing a song with the individual. But the pros are, if we don't have a internal beef, like if you're not down the street, we call it locals. If we're not locals, then I see nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? At all. And even sometimes it's harder to get to the locals because the beef is more intense and it stems from way back. But like that's why Nip and YG work so good.
Right. So
way in Compton, he's way in LA. Like I don't care if he's a pyro, he was a Crip, bro. Like nobody's hopping on the 110 freeway to go.
Right.
It's not that serious.
Yeah, their hoods ain't into it like that.
No.
Like there's completely different worlds.
And it's too far. Like I said, nobody's hopping on the freeway, bro, to go do what you do.
But we never saw, and this is, I talk about this all the time, we never got to see a Nipsey and Schoolboy Q song.
I know.
You know what I mean? And that could have been one of them ones.
It really could have been.
I feel like on Wax,
very, very influential in making it happen.
Right. Like I feel like on Wax that would have been not only like chemistry wise, I feel like they would sound incredible together.
No, it would have been dope.
But just from a statement piece.
No, it'd have been big for the city. Everybody do their homework. If you don't know Eastside Cable, I did a lot of things behind closed doors, so you'll hear about it right now. The reason why Nipsey walked in that Power 106 session is because I've been trying to get them together for so long.
Really?
Because Schoolboy wanted us to do a song with Nip.
Really?
Back in the day, the late 2000s when everybody was popping, right? 2009, he was trying to get a song with him and all that. Yeah.
And that was when Nipsey was actually a bigger artist than Schoolboy.
Yeah, facts.
Because the Schoolboy was still like low key K-Dot's hype man at the time and all that. Like
yeah, he was coming too. But yeah, ask Schoolboy. Anybody do an interview on Schoolboy, they'll tell you the truth. He'd be like, yeah, I've been told K-Boy to hook that up for me.
So yeah, break it down exactly how that happened. That's fascinating.
No, it was really just me coming up. I came up with Blue Division with G Malone. So I was one of the first dudes from Blue Division. So Blue Division, we were side by side with TDE. Everybody know we came up together. So me just having a lot of love for those dudes and just being around Top and J-Rock and Dot and Schoolboy and Soul for so long that they knew that I knew a lot of people in the streets and I knew everybody. So at that time, like you said, Schoolboy Q, he was on his way up and he wanted to do a record. A lot of people don't know that Nipsey and me, we share common like similarities. Like we move differently. Like he moved differently. Like it wasn't always, oh, I gotta do this because the hood said this. He was his own man. He had his own mind. So he was very open into doing it. But you know, with things like that, their neighborhoods being at war like that, it's still something to think about. But he wanted to do it. And so by showing good faith, I'm like, Nip, I don't know if Q gonna be at the radio station, or whenever you see him in passing, I feel like you should introduce yourself. And it just so happened that Q was doing an interview with the LA Lakers, and Nip walked in. And that's why you see the love. If anybody ever see that clip, you see how excited Q was when he turned around. He was like, oh, shit. It really, you didn't see no tension like, oh, shit, what's going on? It was really like, oh, shit, you came and you congratulating me? Oh, that's love.
Right.
Because he not knowing how big of a fan that Q was of his work and just him as a person. And Q just wanted to do something with him. You know what I mean? Because Q, you know, Q's a good guy. You feel me? Just like Nip.
That speaks really highly about both of them, but yet, despite your efforts, despite your power that you hold, despite your influence, and despite both of them having the desire to do that, we still never got that record on wax. And that is that a result of the politics running just so deep?
No, I just think that bro's not here anymore.
So you think by now it could have probably happened?
Most definitely.
But even then, like, that interview was 2009, you said, right?
It was early I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on the year, but it was early though. It probably was later than that though. It probably was later than that. Probably like because I think that was when what was Q first album? Was it
the Oxymoron? That was his first like official, because he had the Habits and Contradictions before that. He had
I think it was Oxymoron that Nip came to there and congratulated him. I think it was the Oxymoron,
which was, I believe, 2012. I want to say.
It could have been around there.
Yeah, but even then, you know, Nip tragically passed 2019.
Yeah.
So they had 7 years, and I know both of them was on the move doing a lot of things.
You know, everything is timing, but I really believe that if he was still here, that record would have happened.
And you think that could have implemented some type of change?
It would have, a lot of shit is not going to change, but it would have made it it would have softened the situation.
Right.
That's what it would have did. It would have softened the situation.
Right.
Because like I said, I'm not from neither hoods, but I just know how long that war goes back.
Yeah.
But it would have softened the situation though. Especially as two reputable dudes from their sections and they putting on for their section at the highest capacity. Mm-hmm. It's like, why would you want to damage that?
Yeah.
Why would I damage? If I was either one of their homies from their hood, I'd be the one in the hood like, bro, why would we fuck this opportunity up? Because everybody just want to just be put on as far as they section and where they from. That's why when we come out as rappers, we always say our neighborhoods first. It's not that we like really what I'm trying to say. We're not like condoning the gang life. We're not glorifying it. We're just representing where we're from. That's all. We just letting you know. Because look at the first question you asked, like, where did I grow up at? So I should have told you that. You don't know. That's why we're doing this interview. But if people listen to me as a consumer or as a fan, you would know where Eastside K-Boy is from, because I done said it multiple times in my music. And that's all we trying to do is just get that across. Like, this is where I'm from. This is where I was raised. This is where I come from. This is what I represent. Once we get that off, then it's the art. Because as you can see, that's how Nip did.
And to clarify, I do know where you're from.
Oh, no. Not saying it like that, but just saying like,
But I specifically asked that for that reason.
Yeah.
Because I understand the importance of, you know. And it's a badge of honor growing up in sections like that.
Yeah.
And being, you're a survivor at the end of the day.
No, facts.
Because a lot of people don't have the luxury of still being with us, unfortunately, from these areas. And there's a rich history, obviously, but then there's a lot of people that don't know what's up and need to get put up on game.
Exactly.
So it make a lot of sense. And you do a good job of putting on. Now, as far as your journey in music, how old were you when you realized that you were nice with it?
Probably like 14. My uncle that was murdered taught me how to write 16 bars, and I really studied him a lot. I studied him a lot, and as well as the people that I came up to, like the Snoop Dogs, the Mac 10s, and the Dog Pound, the people of that nature. But I really watched my uncle a lot, so he the one who taught me everything I needed to know in the beginning stages. So around like 14, I was learning how to become a rapper and learning how to put these words together, watching him. But by the time I turned 18 or 17, that's when I met Glasses, and that's when I rapped for him, and that's when I knew it was serious.
Okay.
So he was like, oh yeah, I fuck with you. So
Shouts to G Malone.
yeah, Glasses, he know what it is. Salute the gang.
Right. And so was that before like Certified came out and all that?
Yeah, that was before Certified came out. He was actually still with Chuck. He was actually still with Game and Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
So when I had met him, it was so funny because he was telling me he was the only Crip in Black Wall Street. And being a teenager, I was, like I said, 18 or 17. I'm looking at him like, bro, you're lying. Bro, it's number bloods over there from Black Wall Street. Until I went over there, and he was the only Crip.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he was telling the truth. And then, shit.
You had a dude from the Bay. You had one Crip, hella like non-affiliates, and then
the rest
hella blood. Pyrus.
Yeah, and Glasses had this dope song called 200 at the time. I got 100 Crips and 100 Pyrus. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. That shit was viral, and that was way before Certified.
Yeah. I think that's the first Glasses Malone song that I heard.
That was on White Lightning Sticks.
Right.
The mixtape that blew him up, that got him the deal, yep.
But then obviously Certified.
Oh yeah, that was a monster. Him and Akon was crazy.
I mean, that was like one of the top selling hip hop records of the year.
Yeah.
That was a giant record. There's been this like weird thing, and I think we could speak on why I believe this occurred, but since the 2000s, West Coast music has been pigeonholed as regional in a lot of aspects. But that was a record that broke through that and just transcended genre, era, and just everybody rocked with it. It was a huge. So you were around Glasses. What was that like? Being a part of that ascension, what did that feel like?
That was dope, being a part of his crew and just watching him grow and seeing the record grow too. Like how you said, first of all, it had Akon on it.
Yeah.
In his prime.
Yeah,
he sung his name anytime he was on a record. So
big music.
So anytime you had Akon on it, it was gonna be a smash. And then DJ Toomp from Atlanta produced the record. So it was just like it was perfect for G at the time. And he had the voice and the charisma and the lyrics to get them verses off on that record. It was just an all around dope record.
Yeah.
So it did break through barriers. It wasn't regional. You know what I mean? So it had all those components on it to make it cross over to the other side of the map, and that was dope. So it was dope because he was going everywhere to perform that. Everybody loved that record.
So you link up with Glasses. How would you describe your style as an MC?
I think I'm really just a dope rapper. I wouldn't, I could rap with the best of them. I wouldn't call myself a lyricist because, I got records with Dave East. I had records with Dot. I even got an old record with Crooked, so I know that I can hold my own.
So you got to be a lyricist.
Yeah, I know I can hold my own with them, but I just feel like I'm just a dope artist because I know how to do the melodic shit, and I'm doing that right now, and I'm having fun with it. I just feel like I'm just an all-around dope rapper, but I know for a fact that my tone is dope, and they always say, man, your charisma on the microphone is everything. So I'm just starting to learn how to execute my strong points, and my strong points is really my charisma on the microphone and my tone. Because sometimes Problem told me this not too long ago, shout out Jason Martin, that I played him a record, and I was on a record with a lot of East Coast cats. He was like, what you saying is dope. They're being more lyrical with you, but you bleed through because of your tone. So the way you rap is still just dope. So he's like, you always gonna get looked at like, hey, who is that? It's because of your tone. So
there's not much you can do to control that, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah, I guess
that's just a gift and a blessing. It's one other dude they told me is like that is he doesn't rap anymore too much, but we got him on a record. Rocket, remember Rocket?
Oh yeah, Rocket.
Yeah, everybody said like his tone is crazy as well.
Yep.
So I mean, I guess that's just a blessing. I just take that to heart and say, okay, I'm gonna just execute that part.
But the charisma, I think that's what I always notice about you is you sound like you're having fun. You know what I mean?
Lately, I'm having fun. Yeah, lately I'm having fun doing records, bro. It's been very fun. I can't lie.
But before, you think you were like, I mean, obviously, now G Malone is a great rapper, but
he's dope.
Great rapper, very serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So do you feel like that influence kind of like prevailed in some of your earlier work, you were like, all right, I'm a
Yeah, and I was in a group at first. I was part of a group called the Block Boys. And,
Right.
and my other half was dope.
Yeah.
And everybody said we complimented each other. It was like, they said we was like the younger version of the Dog Pound.
That's
So it was like they complimented each other. You knew Corrupt was the lyricist, and you know Daz knew how to rap, but Daz could carry the track on.
Right.
And his charisma on the track made you be like, okay, this Dog Pound record is dope.
right.
That's how they felt we was when we was younger.
So your boy was just spazzing on the track.
Oh, yeah,
and
he
you
used to spaz. Yeah, shout out my old nigga Ace. So he used to spaz. So everybody say we compliment each other very well. So I felt like, okay, I had to, you know, step my shit up because my boy, he was, you know, he was a bar guy.
And it's important to have that balance. I think a lot of people don't realize you can't just get on a track and just be a bar and out. There has to be something more if you want to transcend that.
No, you do.
Motherfucker like me will listen to it because I'm
you come from you like that's what I'm saying. You come from that, so you come from the lyricism, the battle rap, and all that.
Right.
Stuff. That's cool. But even like Geechee, right? I feel like he's so dope, and this is what he needed to do in being battle rap because he was trying to do the same thing that we all trying to do. You know, make it big, get a gold plaque, platinum record, and all that. But when he stepped on that battle stage, I was like, oh no, bro, this is you.
Yeah.
This is what you should have been doing.
Right.
But sometimes you don't know because everybody has the same dream. We want to perform in front of everybody. We want to perform on the award shows. We want to get a Grammy. We want all the accolades. But sometimes, you know, being the dopest lyricist doesn't always win. Majority of the time, it doesn't win.
Right.
Not at all. It's very rare.
Right.
Look how long it took Nas to get a fucking Grammy.
Right.
At 50-something years old.
Yeah.
So that's why I think that I have a good shot at being a dope just rapper. See, everybody be like, who's your favorite rapper? I'll be like, well, and what kind of contents? I mean, like context.
That's
like
a broad question.
That's why I'll be like, the rapper, because the biggest rapper in the world is Snoop Doggy Dogg. He's the biggest. Everybody, your grandma's grandma know who Snoop Doggy Dogg is.
Household name.
So yeah, so I'm like, so do you want to be a rapper like that, or you want to be a lyricist? You want to be a conscious rapper? So, you know, we have all these different titles, but it's like where you can fit in that.
Yeah.
So that's why, like I said, it is a broad question because sometimes you be like, damn, if we talking about lyricists, then I'm going to go this way. If we talking about just dope rappers who can make dope songs, then I'm going to go this way. Glasses put something up there today that YG is the most disrespected rapper in West Coast history. And I think I know what G's saying. Like,
He be saying some shit.
They don't give him his credit.
Yeah.
Like, he should be one of the biggest West Coast rappers. But that's what I'm saying. West Coast rappers. He's a dope rapper. He's a dope entertainer. YG would probably get on this motherfucker and tell you yourself, like, I ain't the dope lyricist, but this young nigga know how to make the best records.
I think that, you know, and I know where G's going with that, but I think that YG, people know what's up. You feel me?
Yeah, like you gotta give him his respect, man. He make the best records.
Yeah.
And shit, he been cracking. I think he in his early 30s now. He been cracking since he been 17.
Yeah, I first met YG. I was doing I had hosted a battle event in Phoenix, and the promoter had brought out, it was YG and Cali Swag District, and this is right when Tootin' and Buddha was out. It had just come out, and I'd only seen YG prior to that on the whole like jerk scene, really. You know what I mean? I hadn't really seen him step out beyond that, but it was him, and then Cali Swag District, R.I.P. M-Bone, and we were doing some club appearances. We were rolling around in a limo, and them motherfuckers were all so young they wouldn't let him in the club.
Yeah.
And that's like how young YG was at the time.
That's what I'm saying.
He's been popping since back then.
Since then.
Yeah.
Man,
now it's like, what, 2009, 2010. He probably is like 31, 32
Come
now.
on,
Yeah.
but consistently, though.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got to give him his flowers.
No, 1,000% you got to. And as far as what you said about Geechee earlier, I think with him, what the West Coast, you know, we don't come from, like, there's a very overlooked hip-hop culture in California, but it's not the same as New York, where it's like every corner there's a cypher and all that. It was we come from gang culture out here.
No, facts. So that overshadows everything else.
Yeah.
Like, who else is dope out here? Like on some rap shit, like TF.
Yeah. He's fire. Yeah.
Shit like that. Like homies that rap like that really get they rap on. Yeah.
But there was the point is with Geechee, there was no template for like a kid from Compton who's like a known gang member doing gangster rap to be in battle rap.
Battle rap, yeah.
There was only a few examples prior to him, so it wasn't like a real. He created the template, so now
Didn't know he did, and
there's a whole lane now
and he's one of the biggest
in the world.
factions in battle rap now.
Right.
So that's what's up. Shout out Geechee Gotti.
Drake co-sign and everything, to the point where now you got little ass kids that could be from Compton that could be like,
Yeah.
I want to be a battle rapper.
No fact.
That didn't exist
I think he just opened the door for the inner city. Period. Like
For sure.
I don't care the Los Angeles County, because it's like,
For
okay,
sure.
if Geechee can do it, we all can do it, because like how you said, like everybody can't make a hit record. It's
Right.
been proven. So
Right.
if you can't make a hit record and you really can't get the people to like get behind your music and champion your music, like I can't see Giddy making like a Tooted and Booted.
Right.
So, but I can see him barring some shit up and
For sure.
and knocking your head off in that ring in the battle.
Yeah,
So.
and and that's not to say that he's not capable of doing dope records,
Yeah.
but he clearly found
No,
a lane that's-
he found the lane.
Yeah.
and he driving that motherfucker. No facts. It's no disrespect to none of the battle rap niggas, because all them niggas are nice.
yeah,
But it's been proven over and over again that when they try to put out a song, it doesn't resonate.
right,
All.
right. And the thing is this, for me, that was always kind of my problem, is because I'm so passionate about hip hop and I love it so much, I want to do everything. If there's a new regional style or something that pops up, I want to put my spin on it, because I genuinely, it's not coming from a place of dick riding.
Yeah.
It's coming from a place of like, yo, I
love the culture.
I love it. I want to
everything about it.
Yeah. So like it comes from that. But you brought it up earlier. It's really important to know your lane,
Yeah.
and to just dig your cleats into the turf in your lane.
No, you're right. I'm still trying to figure it out. At 30-something right now, trying to figure it out. Like, I know that I can rap, right? I just sent something to Benny the Butcher, so I know I can rap.
Right.
Cool. But when I'm having fun with this Gangsters Need Love that I just dropped, I'm having fun with the melodic shit.
Now, okay, and guess what? The melodic shit been getting you some like love. Like, didn't Ty Dolla $ign like co-sign it, basically say he's fucking with the way?
Yeah. He said something on my page, and like he did that. OT, these are all the homies that we all came up with, but they all saying like, stay in this lane. OT was like, ooh, stay right here.
Yeah.
Ty even hit me, FaceTime me not too long ago, like, yeah, man, you need to stay in this lane right here, man. I'm proud of you, and I think I need to do something for you. And it's like everything is timing.
Come on, Dolla $ign.
They really believed in me in the beginning, but I just think that they know that they got further without just digging deep into the whole gang bang culture. It's a difference. I tell people like this: gangster rap and gang bang rap is totally different. They always put us in that category because we're from neighborhoods, so they be like, oh, it's just some more gang bang rap. Like, no. Gangster rap was like NWA, Ice Cube. It was very political.
Right.
You know what I mean? They was really just saying shit that everybody else was scared and afraid to say.
And if you weren't from LA, you didn't even know who. They never mentioned their hoods.
Yeah.
The first rapper I remember, and he's one of my favorite rappers of all time. The first like mainstream rapper that I remember really talking about his specific block and the set he's from was DJ Quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like DJ Quick, you would hear him say,
no, facts.
like Treetop, I'm like,
and it make you go like, hold up, I know where that street at. Oh, that's a gang, yeah. But everybody else was just mentioning everything that was around it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not
like
even
he was
putting a
specifically
specific
like
street on it.
400 block Spruce Street.
Exactly.
Like before it became like, I think it was frowned upon. Like even like me being like a student of the game and being from the city, like I knew, okay, like, yeah, MC8's from Tragnu, you know what I mean? Like, Eazy-E from Kelly Park. Like, you knew this shit, but they never talked about, I know Mac 10 from Queen Street, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But they never, like...
It was always subliminal. It was always clever how they did it.
Very clever, or not at all.
Or not at all. But
like,
when we came up, we was telling you the block, the street,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
and everything. We wanted you to know.
How you diss the ops.
No, this is new.
Like that.
We wasn't doing that.
That is the whole...
Yeah, this the new generation. But I just think that everybody, people are influenced by other things. And I think my younger generation out here is influenced by Detroit and Chicago rap right now.
For sure, for sure, that's a big element. But it's funny. If you look at the trajectory, you go back to, and this isn't like mainstream hip hop, but obviously, you grew up probably hearing Banging on Wax,
yeah.
And on Banging on Wax, they was talking that shit.
Yeah.
They was Mac and Chua As you know, I'm not gonna say the word bitch.
But you know what's so crazy? But that was intentional.
Yeah.
Like they did that intentional because they said we rather y'all bang on this wax and diss each other and bang on the wax than to actually go kill each other.
Right.
Because a lot of those people start having the best relationships on the Crip and Blood side.
Yep.
Like shout out Big White, man. Today was his funeral, man.
Yeah.
We lost a Inglewood native and a big staple in the gangster rap community and West Coast hip hop period.
Yeah.
Because he just wasn't a gangster rapper, he was dope all the way around. So shout out Big Y. His funeral was today. Like that, like Big Y is a reputable blood,
right?
But show me so much abundance of love all the time. So,
I know a lot of Crips that love banging his music.
Yeah. So that shit don't mean nothing, but like I said, that shit was intentional. So this is not intentional. Like these young kids is really getting killed after they make a song, like 24 to fucking 48 hours later.
Yeah,
this shit is real.
Yeah,
but they influenced because they feel like, oh well, shit, and that city over there doing it, it looked like it's popping. Shit, let us try to do it. Like that shit went from Chicago to us to New York. Who else is doing it? To Detroit. Now,
Jacksonville.
I was about to say that Jacksonville. Now Texas, they doing it. So it's like
Memphis.
Yeah, like you know, it's an epidemic right now. But I don't feel like you should lose your life over music.
To be honest, it's even transcended the United States. There's drill music all across the world.
Yeah, well, you know, they call it drill, but I know for a fact that drill came from Chicago.
For sure. 100%.
And one of my favorite artists was King Louis.
Yep.
I feel like he like the godfather of that shit.
Yep.
But
they don't talk about Pac-Man and King Louis when they talk about
it. Yeah, so but the music, like the texture of the sound and the beat that they call New York drill actually came from
London.
Yeah, the UK. So yeah, like I mean, but look, man, it's music. What I just say in the beginning, man, it's a universal language. We can all speak the same language when it comes to music. The culture is for everybody, man, and that's one thing that can have us get along is music. So I thank God for hip hop, bro. I don't give a fuck what race you are. Like hip hop has changed my life for real.
1000%. Now looking at like the landscape, because I feel like I can have this conversation with you because you're like me, like you really study this shit. You know, you're a hip hop head at the end of the day.
Come on.
Yeah. So what is up with why is the LA sound stigmatized and so regional, and why is it difficult for people in other parts of the U.S. and beyond to get jiggy with what we got going on out here?
You know what? That's a hard question because I always look at it like everybody always call our music regional until we do what's popping, right? Like Roddy. Mm-hmm. Melodic music is all over the world, but Roddy did not sound like he was a young dude from Compton.
He don't sound like an LA artist at all. He don't sound like a Compton.
OT didn't sound like an LA artist
at all.
Like he was from Atlanta. So that's cool because that's what's in. So it's like they're more accepted. But I'm looking like everybody say that we're regional, but they still jock our lifestyle to this day.
Yes.
And they're still familiar with me and Glasses how he talks all the time. You know Glasses is crazy. So sometimes you listen to him and then sometimes you be like, bro, you just going off the wall. But he made a point to where he was like, bro, we are not the people that hip hop comes to look for fashion, right? So when we start trying to dress in all these big ass Balenciaga shit, that's cool. Be fly all you want to, but he like, that's not our fly. So sometimes that shit does not resonate with the other side of the map. It looks like we're trying to be something else. We really don't be wearing all these little tight little shirts and all that shit. You know, these dudes be claiming gang and got on see-through shirts and sheer shit on and all that because they feel like that's fly. Tight ass leather pants, but they are so used to Chuck Taylors, Pendletons, Dickies, you know what I mean, 501 jeans. That's what they used to looking at us.
Which will never go out of style, but
yeah, that's what they look at us. So that's what they're familiar with. So since it's been so long, and that's been since the beginning of hip hop on the West Coast, so when they look at it like that, they just look like, oh, they just doing some old West Coast shit. I hate that.
And
that's all they
don't even. You have to go to like Lancaster to see fools dressing like that nowadays.
Yeah. So they like you know, that's just so West Coast and but G like, but sometimes you still have to put that in their face because that's all they know.
Yeah.
So sometimes they don't get it because they like, oh, these niggas in Corvettes and Porsches and Bentleys now. We don't really look at LA like that. And as far as the sound, I feel like we can still have the same sound. We just have to modernize it. Look what Hit Boy done with his pops, man.
For sure.
Like that shit is incredible to
For
me.
sure.
Like that's West Coast to the core.
Absolutely.
But he modernized it because he's Hit Boy. But I want to do a record with Big Hit. I feel like that's how we should sound.
Yeah.
I feel like when Battle Cat and DJ Quick and these dudes get on their platform, they be so upset because dudes are scared to take the traditional sound and modernize it. I feel them because at the end of the day, I said this in another interview that they just put us in a box because forget the other side of the world. Our own people out here tell us that we too West Coast. They don't even want to play our records. They don't even want to hear it. They be looking like, oh yeah, that shit cool, K-Boy, but that shit a little bit too West Coast. Like they want me to go get on a beat that was made by somebody from fucking Atlanta and melodic and just sing on that motherfucker.
Well, because look, it's even beyond the classic traditional West Coast soundscape. I feel like that's the roots of where, but I feel like the what Mustard wound up doing, and then dudes like Ron and them did after him. And
Yeah, with the whole Draco sound.
Yeah. Like that.
I feel like that was, and everybody trying to sound like bro. You know what I mean? Rest his soul.
Everybody trying to sound like Draco.
Everybody trying to sound like him. Man, I don't know, man. I just feel like the number one thing is the reason why we not getting worldwide notoriety like how we used to, because everybody's not dealing with each other. I think, me personally, I feel like if we all came together and really supported each other, especially the ones who do cross over, it'd be easy. Pull a nigga on the other side with you. I feel like if everybody did records with each other and pulled each other over there, I think everybody be like, okay, cool, okay, the West Coast is really back. The resurgence of the West is really here. I feel like Bino should be bigger than what he is. He's dope. And so I feel like
Bino's sound transcends. Blast sound transcends. Like
Blast sound really transcends, but Bino could be way bigger than what he is. But I just feel like they keeping him in this box too as well. Like
I would like to see the rest of the country rocking with Blue Bucks and rocking, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Like, I mean, Drake tried to throw an alley hoop out there for him.
he did,
You know
but
what I mean?
like,
But I don't know, man. At the end of the day, the great thing about being from this side is that we could actually go gold and platinum
yeah,
just on the West Coast.
right.
You know what I mean? So I feel like just take advantage. Like, man, I just got back from Missoula, Montana, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And they fuck with me tough. So my whole thing now was like, okay, you gotta go fuck with who fuck with you. Because at the end of the day, the world will catch on eventually. So right now, we should just hit all regions. I feel like it'd be a dope West Coast tour if everybody, okay, not everybody, but majority of the West Coast people got together like, man, let's do this crazy ass West tour. I feel like it'll open up the eyes because that shit gonna go crazy. And the rest of the world is gonna pay attention. We are trendsetters, bro. It's just this new generation has not been treading, you know, they haven't been setting the trends. They just been following a lot.
For sure.
But we are really trendsetters. If you just look at the game, you be like, it's so cool for the other people on the other side of the world to wear a fucking khaki suit and it looks great on them. But when I do it, or when Doggy Style
Two
does
West
it,
Coast.
it's two West Coast. That shit old. Don't nobody wear that shit. That shit looks so whack. Niggas still in khaki suits and Ben Day. That shit boo boo.
And me, like,
It's still low riders and niggas videos across the world.
and I love, and to me, I love it. And I love people putting on for the section, and I want to always see it. And I feel like it's a lot of it has to do with the fact that, first of all, we do connect with the Midwest a lot. Obviously, like Detroit, there's the Detroit, LA, and Detroit Bay Area connection, and that whole little triangle, which is great. But the eastern region United States, which includes the South, is all so much more densely populated. They all fuck with each other a lot more. There's a lot less pockets out here. You have to travel to get from, there's Dago, there's LA, there's the Bay, then there's Sac, then there's Portland, which is far as fuck, and then Seattle, and then, you know what I mean? Like, then you head back down to like Denver and Phoenix, and then by the time you get to Albuquerque, you're basically halfway between the Texas and LA culture, you know what I mean? But there are all those regions that I mentioned, and I'll even throw in like Hawaii and Alaska that are very culturally similar. They that LA and the Bay set the pace for.
Yeah, for real. Like Salt Lake, and just
Salt Lake,
like I said, Montana, where I was at.
Yeah, Montana's another one. Yeah,
like, it was so crazy. They showed me an old interview with Nip. And just because I didn't know what the city was, I was like, damn, he was talking about that then. He was just telling. It was an old clip. It was with him and Gilly the Kid, and I think they was on the set of that. What's that? I Try with him and Bone Thugs.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, he was just saying like, yeah, bro, it could be niggas in Missoula, Montana, that'll tell you about gangbanging more than a nigga that's really from the city because they got this motherfucker on a microscope. And I was just like, damn, he right. So when I go out there, it's like I'm the man. Oh, you from LA? Cool. The studio became flooded. You know what I mean? All the Caucasian women and the natives started coming around. It was a different vibe, but it was like they respected the music, the culture, and everything. And they like, oh, we have something big coming out here. They love it. I told all the homies when I came back, like, y'all niggas need to go hit that spot.
Yep.
Just sell it out.
Right.
So it's like,
no, them white girls giving reparations out there for sure.
They love it, but it's a small town that's dope. It's a college football town. Mm-hmm. It's bare motherfucking country. Mm-hmm. A gang of Grizzlies out there, and the name of their football team is the Grizzlies. But man, just because I thought like, why would I be there? I went out there with the homie Day One. I mean, and I'm looking like he made the call like, "Hey, you want to go to Missoula, Montana?" At first, I told him no. Like for what? Like,
you tripping? Those are the places you want to go.
No, but he told me like, no, they asked for you.
Yeah.
I said, don't nobody know about no Eastside Cape, but when I got there, yes, they did. So that made me say, okay, maybe I'm doing something right. And to go back to what you said, man, it's a hard question to answer. Like, I don't know why they say we regional, but I just tell people, don't even worry about that shit no more. Just continue doing you, continue building the coast and the culture on this side of the map, and everything will be all right. Like, everybody and everything has its time. Like, we'll be back on top again.
And I think there's some of the most talent out here. So, and it's interesting. I notice a lot of people going to DJ Phrase One, like a lot of different artists fucking with Phrase, trying to get their, mess with his sound and his whole, and he's connecting a lot of artists and doing
Phrase
things like
is a dope individual, man.
He is.
He been putting a lot of people together, man. He been doing things that just don't happen in this type of industry, man, that you don't really just meet a genuine dude like that really want to see everybody win, and he's really trying to connect the dots. I know sometimes we have these conversations. I know sometimes people be like, whoa, Phrase, you can't send me to the studio and whoop-de-whoop is there, but it's out of love. He has a pure heart, and all he's trying to do is just put on for the coast. So shout out DJ Phrase One. Even though we already know about each other, like, I'm sitting here because he made this shit happen.
Yeah.
Eventually it was gonna happen, but he like, nah, man, let's do it now. So shout out Phrase One, man. He's a dope individual. He's a cool dude. I seen Lil Bro, call him Lil Big Bro, DW Flame.
Oh yeah.
He's a man child.
Oh yeah.
He was up here. He was giving it for Phrase. Like, bro, we all got love for that dude, man. He's a dope individual. So shout out to Phrase One. Yeah, but he's doing what I feel like these big old heads need to be doing. Like reaching back and putting people in position.
I feel like he's the West Coast like DJ Khaled type. You feel me? Like he's like a curator of an entire.
Man, we can get him there if we all really do these records for him and get cracking and really put them out the right way, because he put a lot of dope people together on songs. So
absolutely.
Phrase.
Shouts to my dog, Big Frizz Nays. Now, earlier you had brought up Snoop Dogg and how he influenced you coming up, and then you wind up, that's another dude that wound up like fucking with you and shit.
Yeah. Snoop Dogg is just Uncle Snoop is just the coolest guy on the planet.
On the planet.
Man, just being at the right place at the right time, man. I was messing with 1500 and then I was actually at their academy. Mm-hmm. And I was dealing with my boy Rance. That's my childhood friend. Mm-hmm. Rance 1500. That's my childhood friend. And he was like, "Hey, you want to go?"
They're so talented.
He was like, "You want to go fuck with Snoop real quick?" I was like, "Cool." So the first day I met Snoop, everybody thought I already knew him just by being me. They like, "Oh, okay, well, know everybody," but I did not meet Snoop personally. So Rance took me over there. They was talking about what they was talking about. I think a lot of dudes fuck with me because I know when and when not to. So I was just a fly on the wall, sitting back, chilling, not saying anything. Snoop was actually talking about his little league football shit, and right before I walked out, he asked me who I was, and I told him my name, and he just gave me some game. He told me about how he got Snoopy back cracking, how Snoopy was already popping, and Snoop Dogg made Snoopy from Charlie Brown relevant again. So he was just saying, he was teaching me about branding and marketing. So he was like, "Your name K-Boy." He like, "Man, the Kellogg's K, that's your logo."
Yeah.
So I implemented that fast as fuck because
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, that Snoop Dogg give me some advice, and he not gonna tell a nigga anything wrong. And he one of the biggest people in the world, so you better take heed to what he said.
Hell yeah, you'd be foolish not to.
When he told me that I did it, I got a dope brotherhood and relationship with Dave East from New York, and he needed some time, and we was at the compound. We went back over there. That makes Snoop look at me even different. Like, okay, he's with the people that I deal with. Okay, Ransom was first. Now you over here with Dave East doing records. Okay.
You can't tell me you're not a lyricist when you fucking with fools like Ransom and.
Yeah, I mean, but so he see me there again. He acknowledges me. Me and Dave over there doing some work. Then I get invited to perform for Snoop for his birthday. Me and JL Felony performed for his birthday. So JL Felony brought me out. When I go to the stage, Snoop was like, damn, cuz, why you didn't tell me you could rap, man? What's up? I was like, shit, it wasn't that time. It's the time and place for everything. And I think the dog just fuck with me more like that. And just recently, he was riding around listening to me and Dave East's song, and everybody called my phone like, you see Snoop riding around to your song? And he posted it on his IG page. So it's just like, you know, it's a blessing, bro. So
That's some game too that I hope people subconsciously or consciously pick up, that you ain't got to be all thirsty and in everybody's face like, yo, I rap.
they've been dealing with that type of shit for years.
Fools ain't trying to hear all that.
Nah, man, everybody's a rapper nowadays. So, man, I get tired of that. And I just feel like I'm just little old K-boy. Hey, bro,
Yeah.
can I rap for you? Can I rap for you? And it's just like everybody rap, man. I got homies from my neighborhood that rap. So I have to at least try to help them first before I can reach out to you, to a person I don't even know. So just imagine the big people that's already big from certain neighborhoods and the walks of life that they trying to reach back down and throw the rope down to for their own homies. So it's like, a nigga that's not even from your section telling you he can rap, it's just like, fuck, here we go again. And he can be super talented.
Right.
But at the end of the day, that's how rap people respect me, because I don't go into the rooms like, yeah, man, I know how to rap. It's my aura. So as soon as I walk in, they just look like, okay, who is he anyway? How everybody, embraces me and approaches me. So they like, okay, he has to be somebody. And I feel like that's how it is all the time when I walk into these rooms, and to be like your favorite rapper in there. So
if you ain't got a story worth rapping about, don't rap. You know what I mean? Like, live some more life first. And
no facts.
tell me about Shockaware.
Oh, you see it? You see it?
Yeah.
Shockaware.
I'm going to need some of that. You feel
No, I
me?
got you.
Yeah.
No, I apologize. I got you next time. I'll bring you something. I didn't
Yeah.
even know what size you wore, so
Big boy size.
I didn't even see.
2X gang.
See, I would have brought you some little shit. You'd be
Yeah.
like, "Okay, I can't fit this." I got all y'all next time. But man, Shaka's a dope company. Shaka really put me in a position to where I feel like I'm even more relevant, despite me being a rapper. Right? I was very inconsistent with my rap for a long time. Shaka put me in a position of power to do what I need to do for them. Has made people look at me in a different light, like on the K-Boy, the businessman. So, I know I'm gonna keep telling the story because it's recent for me. So, Shaka, I just really went over there. G was with Shaka first,
Yep.
alone. So, just being a young dude watching G for a long time and wanting to have the billboard and the sponsorship and all that. 10 years later, it came to fruition that I had a meeting. My homeboy Dice brought me through. Me and my manager Pooh, which is Glassman Long, older brother. So we went down there just for billboards and T-shirts. They gave me 12 billboards in my section on the east side. That was dope. Got the sponsorship. Low-key turned into a brand ambassador. That didn't even last long. Me and the owners really kicked it off. We started having these business conversations, and they gave me the creative director title. And I just been doing my job with a dope team over there of creatives over there. Because it's not just me. Like, I handle all the urban things. Like, the owner just told me today, like, man, you got to run everything urban and everything street. Man, that's you. You run that. But it's not about me. It's a team effort. So
I used to have the Shaka long sleeve joints back in the day.
oh, you about to have them again right
Yeah.
now. I mean, the quality has always been there. And Shaka's
sure.
another staple brand in Los Angeles. So for me to represent and be a part of it, it's a blessing as well, too, because it just it just lets you see it's different layers to Eastside K-Boy. So, man, shout out to them. They just put me in position, and they put me around the like-minded people over there, and we just a dope team, man. I'm telling you, the company is dope. They're Korean-owned, and the family that owns it, they're amazing. They're my brothers.
That's what's up. That's love right there.
Yeah.
That's love right there. There's so many different sides of K-Boy. There's, K-Boy, real East Side K-Boy. You feel me?
Real Easty K-Boy.
Yeah, real Easty K-Boy. Then you got boardroom K-Boy, you know what I mean? The executive. You got the activist K-Boy.
Yeah.
You got the rapper, like hard body lyricist K-Boy. Then you got the turn up, melodic K-Boy.
Yeah, you got K-Boy, who's the father. That comes first.
You got
all
K-Boy
day, every day.
That's right.
You feel me? So, man, there's so many. It's layers to everybody. I feel like you got to let them all be shown, because you don't know which one the consumer or your supportive system is going to react to.
Right.
So, the gangster K-Boy was cool. It got me to where I was. The melodic K-Boy is opening up more people's eyes. The business K-Boy, the boardroom is making them say, hey, man, he's more than just some street dude. The activist person's like, okay, he's not glorifying this. He's really trying to make a change. So all those put together, and then when they see me do my fatherly duties, they like, okay, he's a complete man. Okay, we deal with that dude. He's a dope individual. He's a dope person. He's a dope human being, and that's all I want people to see from me, that I'm a dope human. That's all.
I think it's quite apparent now. That's a double entendre. Apparent.
Yeah, I feel you. Look at you.
Yeah, look at me.
Bar game.
Come on. But then on top of that, do you ever feel like the remnants of your past, the ghosts of your past, try to drag you back into that street world a little bit too much?
Bro, I feel like I'm an open book. I'm very transparent. I feel like street shit, the ghosts of your past doing street shit, try to bring you back. Even being in a relationship, the past of just being I'm a super, super huge flirt. So I feel like the misconception of me is that I am just some East Side kid that just happens to know how to rap, that's from the gutter, and that just messes with millions and millions of women. You know what I mean? And he has a family at home. I'm a flirt, man. I mean, shit. My girl know that. But that past of what I used to do in the past, like, it comes to haunt me all the time. It's like, I could be a preacher today and nobody gives a fuck. They're going to still talk about what they know. You know what I mean? But I'll tell them, like, shit, you don't know that K-Boy shit. I'm not even the same as I was yesterday. So it is what it is. I just know that with anything in life, I don't give a fuck if you're the most positive person in the world. They're going to find a negative to speak about you. So at the end of the day, man, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep pushing forward and keep pushing the positive message, and everything will be all right.
Gotta respect it. What's cracking up next for you, K-Boy?
Still doing big things with Shaka. Got some big time players that's gonna come over here. Y'all gonna see. That's gonna be on the site real soon. And Gangsters Need Love is out right now. I just dropped the video. I got it. That's the first song off the project. I got a few offers on the table. That's a blessing. Got a few offers on the table.
Put your money on the table. Get your math on, bro. You feel me?
Man, just moving in the right direction, man. Just like I said, just trying to be heard and make my mark in this industry is the best way I can, and show dudes it's a different way. I really just want to be the one to show my section that it's something different. You could do something different. You could be successful, and everybody doesn't rap. Just being successful and living life drama free without worrying about how to deal with the pressures of the block. I feel like I'm here for that, man. I'm going to keep doing what I do. I'm going to keep connecting the dots. I'm going to keep putting people together. And I'm going to keep pushing for people, even if they feel like they don't push for me. I probably name drop too much. A lot of people hate when I give people their flowers, but I feel like that's just me.
Right.
They don't have to say me in their interviews, man. They know what's up. A lot of these niggas probably be nervous anyway. They can't rap with me like that anyway.
Well, quit playing. Quit playing with my boy.
I really just want to see everybody win. Honestly, like I said, man, I'm a real human. Like, I want you to do your thing. I'm not even gonna bring up them other people that you don't deal with. Like, I want everybody that's not a part of that to do their shit. And I'm about to go see everybody that's not a part of that, because I actually got to sit down over there.
Right.
With bro, so with T-Real. So now it's like, nah, It's a new chapter in all y'all lives. I need to go sit down with all y'all, man.
And that's a good dude. I fucks with T-Rail, so.
Nah, man, all of them, man. T-Rail, AD, they're my guys, man.
Fucks with those dudes.
So, and I'm happy for all y'all that y'all got your own platform right now, that y'all build yourself up to do what y'all wanted to do anyway, because at the end of the day, you can't be a worker your whole life, man. You got to boss up sometime.
That's it.
So
that's the ambition.
So like how you said, you know, this is in the future for me too. I know so many people. I feel like I want to sit people down and ask the questions that I want to know, that I know other people like me want to know as well too. I feel like everybody asks the same questions. And I feel like I think I'm going to ask something a little bit different. So I like this too, because, you know, you get to know the people that you look up to or who you support. You know what I mean? So I like this. So this is in the works too. K-Boy Podcast. I don't know what you call it, but yeah, man. And when I do it, you gonna most definitely be on the show. That we gonna switch roles.
Need that. I mean, at the end of the day, and you welcome over here anytime. You feel me? We fuck with you over at Lush World. You feel me? Pop up studios.
Nah, man. I fuck with it, man. So that really just being successful. That's what's next for K-Boy. Being successful, man, and just leading by example, man. Like I said, I keep bringing up being human because I just want people to just. Fucking humility is everything, bro. Like, people be forgetting about that in the world nowadays. Like, you gotta be a human, man. Everybody be so dehumanized. It's just crazy to me. Like, motherfuckers be walking around like we really just robots and shit. This shit is crazy to me. Or everybody got this shit with they don't give a fuck and they don't care and all this type of shit. But yes, you do, man.
Yeah,
that shit be crazy to me. Niggas do give a fuck. Everybody want to be tough. You're not that tough. You do not want to spend 100 years behind bars, and you do not want to clock out before your time. Because I think a lot of niggas clock out a little bit too early. They wasn't supposed to be off the clock just yet. You know what I mean? But I feel like life is situational.
It truly is.
We shouldn't put ourselves in certain situations, bro. So, you know, choose your situations that you get put in, you know, very wisely. I'm still learning how to do that too, because there'd be a lot of places that I want to go that maybe I shouldn't go.
The Fendi Facto. Eastside K-Boy, I appreciate your time. I feel like it was a dope conversation. Hopefully I asked the questions a little bit different in my damn
No, we had a conversation. See, yeah. Dope, bro. We had a real conversation. Just like it really wasn't too like, you know, hey man, so what you feel about this? How was that? What did you do? Nah, we had a real conversation. I feel like we can get a lot of gems. You know what I mean? We could pick this apart and get a lot of gems out of this. So, it's a real conversation.
You a dope-ass dude, great artist. Looking forward to seeing what you got next. Maybe a Lush Uno, West L.A. Shaka Wear billboards coming. Now I'm just playing, but...
Hey, who knows, man? Manifest that shit.
You feel me?
Existence, bro.
Nah, you're an inspirational cat, for real, for real. You doing the damn thing. You got a home over here anytime you want.
I appreciate
Whatever you pushing, we behind it 1,000%.
Nah, fucks with it, Lush. I appreciate you for having me, man, on your platform, man.
Anytime, my guy. Eastside K-Boy, Lush Uno, Big Rick on the boards, and we
Big
about
Rick,
this.
Yeah, it's your favorite Eastside nigga, Eastside K-Boy.